Hey, look at that. Hair in a shattered windshield. That's a head mark. That was made by somebody that found a reason why they didn't want to wear a seatbelt. Hi, I'm Sergeant Jack Ware, and no matter how many of these things we find on wrecked automobiles, there's usually room to live in here. Good-looking fella there. Gee. Folks, I've brought some friends of mine here. We're going to discuss today why people don't want to wear their seatbelts. And one of the reasons I want to do that is because of this number right here. That's how many people die every year in automobile accidents in the United States. 50,000. In my career as a state policeman, that number was up as high as 62,000, and in one time it got down to 34,000, but it fluctuates up and down. That's a baseball stadium or one of the big football stadiums in the country. And people, if this program has any effect on you at all, do me a favor. The next time you're in one of those stadiums, when there's nothing happening out here on the field, just stop here and look around at all of those people in that stadium and then realize that many people are going to die in a traffic accident in 1 year in the United States.
Well, I've heard in a really bad accident it's best to be thrown clear of the car.
Hey man, do you see my car? Wasn't it a mess? Boy, I was lucky I was thrown out of there. The policeman told me if I'd have been in that car, I'd have been dead. People, that policeman needs a darn good swift kick. Because he said that to that young man, and the problem with that is that young man is going to take it home and tell his mother, his dad, his brothers, his cousins, all his friends, hey man, policeman told me I was lucky I was thrown out of the car. You know what the policeman didn't tell him? That's the #1 killer in automobile accidents. If you want to die in an automobile accident, just get thrown out of the car. Get the picture. Bang, the door pops open and you're flying through the air like a great big bird. You know, don't you always want to do that? You see the birds going, do you want to do that, huh? Run your head into a telephone pole, that smarts. Crosses your eyes, gives you a headache. Or better yet, the door pops open and you go sliding down the pavement. You know, by the time you get to those little sharp stones on the shoulder, there's no seat left in your britches. But hey, we can always find you because there's a bloody smear going across that gravel and down over that little grassy bank, down into that water-filled ditch, and you're sitting down in there saying, boy, am I lucky. Never mind you just skidded the last 6 feet on a broken beer bottle and your right cheek now is clear up here, and you look up and here comes a friend of yours. He says, move over, Charlie, I want to get in the ditch with you. Your friend? You know who your friend is? It's your car. Let's face it, people, if you get thrown out of the car at the scene of an accident, you're going to go in the direction of the force. What direction's a car going to do? It's going to come the same direction. Only thing is you're out there waiting for it to gobble you up, and that's where policemen find people that get thrown out of the car at the scene of an accident. If you get in an accident, you've got to stay in that car, fastened down, anchored down. Don't take my word for it. Go to the local junkyard. You know where the junkyards are in your area a lot better than I do, but look at the cars in that junkyard. They're smashed here, 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 here. The roofs are caved in. But in 99 and 99/100ths, that sounds like an Ivory soap commercial, this area right in here is intact. There's room to live if you're in there fastened down, not rattling around like dice in a cup.
Hey, if I'm ever in an accident, I'll just reach out and catch myself on the days.
Hey, our astronauts sit up here in their spaceship and somebody touches a match to this thing and away it goes. It gains hundreds of miles per hour per second. The thing gets going finally about 25,000 miles an hour. Before these guys can become astronauts, they have to be tested to see how many G's their body can stand. They have to be able to handle 7 G's. 7. You know what 7 G's does to you? 7 G's stretches your mouth out to here like this, flattens your nose out on your face, pushes your eyeballs back in the socket, rolls your forehead up. It's doing the same thing to the rest of their body. They can't take a deep breath like that. Their heart has to work under tremendous pressure because every blood vessel in their body's being squeezed shut. That's 7 G's. a car going 35 miles an hour. Now, a 35 miles an hour, a car hitting a driveway culvert, the back of a stop truck, an overpass abutment, a tree, something that stops that car right now, exerts between 200 and 300 G's on everything in that car. 200 to 300, and I already described what 7 G's does to you. How can I describe 200 to 300 G's? You hear the crack of my hand. That force is there and it's gone that quick. If you had to stay in that force field for 5 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, do you know how I could best describe what's going to happen to you? Throw a snowball or a tomato up against that wall. Hey people, I want you to go for a ride with me a minute, will you? This is my buddy. His name is Harry. He's a nice guy. Where are we going, Harry? Oh, going to the beach? Okay. Yep. Hey, darn, what do you keep those seatbelts there for? The dang things are hard to sit on. You don't wear them, do you? No. You ever had an accident? No, I know it. Darn it, I trust you. Let's go. Hey, did you see that stop sign? Oh, nobody coming? All right. All right. Wow. Man, are we ever going? I think I locked my door. Geez, what'll I do if we have an accident? You ever been riding in a car and thought about that? Huh? Huh? You know? Oh, I know. I'll throw up my feet and catch myself. You know what happens to throw up your feet and catch yourself? Swallow your kneecap. Or if you don't swallow your kneecap, you bite it in half, and in the process, you knock half your teeth down your throat. So for the rest of your life, you're... Or old Superman, he says, hey, man, I lift weights. Hey, I can put 450 pounds up there. You know, all the push-ups, hey, I can do them either hand. How many you want me to do? Hey, if I have an accident, hey, I'm going to reach right out here and get a hold of the dash. Boy, I got a grip. What are you going to do with that hand? Oh, hey, I'll stick it in my pocket. No, I won't either. I'm going to grab a hold up here on this doorpost. Understand they mash their brains out on that thing. Boy, let anybody move me now. I got a grip. Think you can do that, guys? I got a test for you. You guys, I'm not even talking to you gals now. Guys, when you go home, take your wife. She usually weighs less than you do. Usually. Get a stepladder and help her up on the garage roof. And when she gets up on the garage roof, I say, come on, Harriet, honey, crawl over here to the edge. I want to show you what I learned at that program today. Jump, honey. No, don't use your wife. You can't even get her up on the ladder, let alone get her on the garage roof. But have your son go up there. Let him take a 100-pound bag of cement up there and drop it. Catch it, guys. Get right under there and catch that 100-pound bag of cement. It's only going to fall a foot and a half. You'll break your back, but that's all right. If you can't catch that, how do you think you can ride down the road, weigh 200 pounds, and ride down the road 15, 20, 30 miles an hour and reach out and grab a hold of the dash and catch yourself? If you still question what I'm saying, I got a test for you. Go home, put on your shorts and a pair of tennis shoes, and get out in your backyard now. And in fact, get back in the shrubbery where your neighbors don't see you because they're going to think you're nuts. And when you get back there, look at the back of your house and pick a spot where there's no windows and just kind of draw an imaginary X on it. And when you think nobody's looking, just start running just as fast as you can. How fast can you run? 12, 14 miles an hour? Hey, your eyes are watering, your hair's blowing behind your head. When you get to the back of the house, don't stop running. Just throw your hands out and catch yourself. Make sure your wife is there to pull your face out of the aluminum siding. Because these things are useless to you, people. And hey, you know what I call them? I call them wet noodles. As far as I'm concerned, that's as good as they are in an automobile accident. In fact, let's play a little game. Let's have an accident and do it real slow motion. We reach out here and grab a hold of the dash, and here comes our thumb. Geez, I never did that before. And this finger goes across the dash till it hits the window and just bends over backwards. This one slides sideways and it breaks right here. This one tips over backwards, and this one goes down the defroster hole. As your face goes out through the windshield, beyond it, your hands are caught there in the crevice between the dash and the windshield. These things are useless.